The domestic political fallout, which continues. Let's turn to Newsweek magazine. Senior editor, MSNBC political analyst Jonathan Alter. John, good evening.
Hi, Keith.
The House and Senate resolutions today. Was there no awareness that those things could be turned so quickly into a club if this man is invoking, Waco? And a club, by the way, that it's not going to be used against the system in Iran. It's going to be used against the dissidents in Iran.
Yeah. Well, look, you've got to understand there's a long history of American intervention in Iranian affairs. You go back to 1954 when democratically elected Prime Minister Mossadegh was overthrown by the CIA. We put the Shah of Iran on the peacock throne. Then in 1979, when we were siding with the Shah, giving him refuge for medical treatment in the United States, that fueled the Iranian Revolution that we're living with today. So you're playing with fire here if you try to intervene in Iranian politics, and caution is clearly the best path right here. But maintaining vigilance. When the president said the whole world is watching, using that line from the 1968 Democratic Convention, which, by the way, was coined by David Axelrod's mentor, a guy named Don Rose. When he said that, that was the right response, to say we're watching this, we're on top of this situation, we're reserving the right to speak out if there's slaughter in the streets, but we're not going to be perceived as intervening in your politics.
Is intervention, and it would have to be, as has been pointed out, it would have to be military intervention. You can't just say, well, the president doesn't approve of this, that is President Obama, therefore the Iranians are going to fold up over this. What is it exactly that Wolfowitz wants, or John Bolton wants, or anybody else who's presenting some sort of hard line or suggesting we need to be doing more? I mean, do they have at their ready bombs that would only kill Ahmadinejad supporters?
It's a good question. Wolfowitz wrote this op-ed piece where his historical comparison was 1986, when you had people power in the Philippines, and Ronald Reagan at first responded too cautiously, and then finally got with the program and helped push Marcos out. But Marcos was our ally. I mean, this is an almost completely different situation. And to suggest that somehow rhetoric is going to affect the situation, I think was absurd, as indeed Henry Kissinger, who's not always wrong, pointed out. But it may change, and there may be a point, even in the next few days, where we do need to speak out. So just because we haven't needed to speak out in the last few days doesn't mean we won't in the next few.
Any expectation of how the dynamic, though, changes? What specifically sets off what kind of reaction? I mean, I would presume that if there is bloodshed tomorrow, Obama will be blamed, and if there is no bloodshed and no change, no overthrowing of the election, Obama will be blamed, and I presume any other combination thereof, Obama will be blamed. But is there something that actually would change the policy of the Obama administration towards this?
No, and this blame. I mean, why right now would people want to score cheap political points on Capitol Hill? I guess that's a rhetorical question.
Because it's a day that ends in a Y. That's why.
But, there was a time when, yes, we would have a robust debate about American foreign policy and plenty of noise on Capitol Hill, but not at the beginning of a crisis. There was this idea. The Republican Senator Arthur Vandenberg said it in the late 40s. Politics ends at the water's edge when you have a crisis. So right now, they should just sit down and shut up and wait to see how this plays out.
Yeah, at least 2 weeks. Give it a fortnight to see what the elected administration might have in mind and how it responds to the events. Jonathan Alter of Newsweek and MSNBC. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Keith.
Thanks for coming in.